We honour the First Peoples of Australia, their unbroken ties to Aboriginal law, culture and customs. We respect the traditional owners of the lands and waters we inhabit and acknowledge their elders past and present. We celebrate the enrichment of Aboriginal communities around Australia. We recognise the lasting impact of colonisation and dispossession. We salute those who have fought for the rights of First Peoples. Their legacy is our guiding light today and always.
I can't take it anymore!
Good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good morning, Blurtsters, wherever you are around the world. You are listening to the
You
Blurt.
You absolutely are listening to the New Blurt. Hi, I'm Keely, aka the Kegster, coming to you from the traditional lands of the Dja Dja Jurong people, part of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty was never ceded. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Good evening. It is the 21st of August, 2025. Yep, we're nearly at the end of August, nearly the start of spring if you are in Australia. And start of spring means different for many people in Australia because it's a pretty big place. But in Melbourne, it means that we get a bit of colour, which is pretty nice, but we also get a lot of wind. So yeah, it's pale. Yeah, well, to you. But anyway, you should be seen and not heard at this stage. Anyway, so good evening all. Tonight we're going to talk about the Poonami, a deep dive into the surprisingly popular world of fecal matter transplants and why, if you can, you should donate your poo. And we also have a scandal on crocodile skins and how they've been treated up in the Northern Territory extremely badly. And some of the celebrities around the world need to have a good hard look at themselves, Beyonce and Rihanna, etc., because they're buying $1 million purses from animals that have been completely persecuted and treated with complete, not just disdain, but absolute abject cruelty. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. It's got me pretty hot under the collar that one. And also we've got a skateboarding dog. So don't miss the heartwarming story of Giotto, the skateboarding dog. Wency's going to talk about that. And tonight also Indelible Indigenous, we are going to have a chat about Garma. Garma was on a couple of weeks ago. And we're going to talk a couple of facets of Garma, the Truth-Telling Commission that hopefully, with a bit of luck, will be coming federally. Wency's going to have a look at that. And I am going to talk about the closing the gap measures and where that's come from, where it's going to, and what the future holds, etc. And to round off the show, we've got What's on the Box. A snail's pace. I'm going to review Memoirs of a Snail, which is a fantastic little movie that Adam Elliott made. I think it was either 2024 or 2023. He's a claymation specialist, and he made Max and something a couple of years ago, and he really sort of broke on the scene with that one in the Melbourne International Film Festival as well. Anyway, it's a fantastic little film. I'll tell you no more than that. And Wency is going to review a wicked little quirky. It's a quirky sort of a weird little whodunit, and I think it is based in the White House. Or at least in American Parliament anyway. It's called The Residents, a whodunit streaming on Netflix. And Memoir of a Snail is on Stan because it's an Australian movie and that is an Australian streaming service. Now, no further ado, if you are new to the show, well, the next person who you're going to see and be cheered for is Lensai. No point talking. They can't hear.
No, yeah, exactly. And very much welcomed, that's for sure. Speaking of welcome, before I do begin, I do want to acknowledge the Turrbal and Yuggera peoples as the traditional custodians on this unceded land on which I'm recording today. I pay my respects to the elders past and present and celebrate their rich history, storytelling, and ongoing cultural connections they hold with this land. Yes. it's quite unpleasant here today.
Oh, what's
Just weather-wise, because you're talking
Oh.
about spring before, and it's like today was raining.
bit of an abbot of a day, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very bitter.
Bit
But
bitter.
other than that,
No, we've been blessed at the moment. Absolutely blessed. It's been freaking freezing in the morning, but it's been absolutely beautiful during the day. And I think tomorrow we're actually getting up to 19. So it's yeah, that's pretty.
Pull out your shorts and t-shirt weather.
Yeah, well, that's pretty warm down here. That's pretty warm down. I don't need to have the heater on in the office tomorrow, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But yeah, so yeah, it's all happening down here. I'm not upset about this weather at all. I've heard people whinge, it's so cold. I'm like, yeah, but it's so sunny, and and during the day, you have to put a coat on and whatever. But I quite like wearing stuff. Look quite decent when you're in town. Don't need to look like a slob. When you're in the city.
I did find out from my sister earlier this week. There was one morning where it felt like it was minus 1.7 according to the Bureau of Meteorology.
Minus 1.7. Where's your sister? Belgrave or something? Oh no, Altona.
Williamstown.
Oh,
right along the bay.
Oh wow, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. I wouldn't have thought they would got it that cold there.
I think it was only 1.5 degrees at the time, but it felt like minus 1.7 or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one thing I will say to you is the weather is not giving you the shits, but it would be good if you did, because this is all about stool donation. And believe it or not, the blood bank, I believe not in Melbourne, and I believe not in Queensland, etc., but I do believe in Adelaide and Perth are accepting what they call fecal microbiota transplantations, poo donation, if you like. And it's all about gut health, and it's actually saving many people's lives, because they've done a lot of research on this in the last 5-10 years, and they found that restoring the gut microbiome can really restore people's lives. It's pretty amazing, actually. If you want to become a donor, there's an online health questionnaire, it's clinical interview, lab testing. Eligibility is 18 to 60. So, and you need to be a healthy weight and, sort of have regular digestion, etc. No recent antibiotics, tattoos, piercings, or high risk travel.
How recent for antibiotics?
Sorry, when's I?
How recent does that mean for antibiotics?
I would imagine in the last 7 days.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I would say.
I was on antibiotics after my tooth a month ago, so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. But I mean, you would have to send yours away to Perth or Adelaide, so I don't know if we can do that. Although I must say, I always do the bowel test every year, and I must say I came up clear again, which was good. So I keep doing that. I think that was my 5th or 6th time. So yeah, I'll keep doing that. It doesn't mean you won't get cancer, but gee whiz, it's a good it's a good test before you get that type thing. You know what I mean? For prevention. Donation commitment. Approved donors provide samples regularly, often several times a week. Some programs offer 25 to 40 per sample. Yeah, it's interesting. I'd have to look into that a little bit more. But anyway, the medical impact is it treats recurrent Clostridial difficile infections, which cause severe diarrhea and colon inflammation. We talked about restoring the gut microbiome. That's huge. And the research is expanding into IBS and obesity and mental health. So, but there is some financial incentives in some programs. So that is true. And so you can earn a little bit of money from doing it. I would do it if they wanted me to, and if it was worth doing, i.e. if what I was doing was going to be saving lives, because I will be giving blood again this November. I've already made my appointment.
Pretty far ahead. I thought you were able to donate already.
Well, I could. You're correct, but I'd have to go to my GP, and I'd have to go to my skin clinic doctor, and I'd have to get them to write a whole thing to say that I'm clear, etc., from cancer. But the main issue with that is that we're already in August, and by the time I donate, it would say be September, because you can't normally donate the next day. It fills up type thing. So you got to book. I won't be able to donate again for another 12 weeks. So to a certain extent, I won't be able to donate till January, February next year anyway. So I'm like, well, I'm only going to get one donation in by the end of this year. So, why go through all that when I can just ring them up and say, yep, I'm clear. This is the last time. It was 5 years at that date. And so that's what we decided at the end. So anyway, yeah, so that will be good. So that is it. Poo donating is a good thing to do if you can do it. We'll have all the links in the show notes, as we always say. And on the show, we talk about quite a few weird and interesting things. And here is another one. Go for it. What's I?
Okay. Yeah, so this is a quite cute little story. It's Giotto, a little 6-year-old Aussie bulldog who is Australian, not a breed that is an Australian bulldog, for those who are trying to be a bit pedantic out there.
Can you get an Australian bulldog? Is that a breed? No. Okay.
Yeah, that's wanted to clarify in case people go, oh, I've never heard of that Australian bulldog breed. Must be new. If Elijah was listening, they'll be going, hang on. Yeah, that's not true, Dad. Yeah, because they're big dog lovers. So yeah, so this dog has become a bit of a viral star, thanks to its impressive skateboarding skills. They were originally adopted by Greg and Danny, and they were surprised that Giotto had quite a lot of energy, and they realized that Giotto had quite a fascination of skateboards. They gave him a really cheap one to start off with, and lo and behold, Giotto ended up enjoying riding the skateboard.
That's just crazy. That is crazy.
And I believe
it's
we've
just
got a clip
nuts.
that we can play, that we can show the viewers who are on the YouTubes.
We can indeed do so. We can do that.
If you're listening to the pod, there will be a link to the video, so
Yeah.
you can watch it in your own time.
We always have anything we play that you can get access to. It's a nice little bit of video. So yeah, sit back and enjoy. I'll go for a couple of minutes. Take a little while just a tad to come up. It'll be up in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Giotto's Groove, skateboarding bulldog, got the park in a mood, down at Federal Park, and Glebe, he's the star, rolling on the ramps, he's taking it far, with a bark and a grin, he's ready to roll, kids on their boards, they're losing control, scooters and bikes, they follow his...
I know that guy sounds American, but this dog is Australian, so just to you, America.
They follow his lead, Giotto's the king of the skate park scene, a little bit of Giotto shredding the rails, all the kids cheer, they're hot on his trail, a little
Pretty cool song.
little bit of barking, he's calling them near. Follow me, kids, let's roll, no fear. A little bit of glee where he's having a ball. Giotto's the Pied Piper, he's loved by all. A little bit of swagger with a grin ear to ear. Mama with Giotto, the skate park's here. Mums and dads, phones up in the air, snapping those pics as Giotto rolls there. He's spinning on the rams, got the crowd in a trance. Kids all around, they're joining the dance. He barks out his call, yo kids, let's go. They line up behind him, putting on a show. Last time he was here, oh, he had such a blast. Now he's back in Glebe and the vibe's unsurpassed. A little bit of Giotto shredding the rails, all the kids cheer, they're hot on his trail. A little bit of barking, he's calling them near. Follow me, kids, let's roll, no fear. A little bit of glee where he's having a ball. Giotto's the Pied Piper, he's loved by all. A little bit of swagger with a grin ear to ear. Mambo with Giotto, the skate park's here. Kids of all ages, they're riding with glee. Gito's got that charm, he's wild and free. Cuddles and love, he's soaking it in. The crowd's going wild, can't stop that grin. He's the bulldog boss with a heart so true. Skating through Glade, he's the king of the crew. When the sun starts to dip and it's time to move on, Gito's still grooving, his spirit's so strong.
You know, we've done this the wrong way, because that is a feel-good, really cool little story. It's just an absolute cracker,
Isn't it?
and I'm unfortunately going to follow that with something that's really not. And yeah, we just haven't. Yeah, we unfortunately got the timing wrong on
That's
this.
all right.
But
we
it,
can bounce back from that later.
yeah, no, yeah, this definitely needs to be talked about. So, what I wanted to talk about, I've lost my. Yes, I have. I have lost what I was looking for. So that's really quite frustrating, especially since we're live. But that's okay.
Exactly.
Just give me 2 cents. Yeah, what I wanted to mention is the crocodile. There's crocodile farming happening in the Northern Territory, and years ago we went up to the crocodile farms. And if you listen to this from overseas, they have these massive crocodile farms, and you can see the crocodiles, etc. And if you go to certain farms, they won't show you. Obviously the really, really horrible, terrible stuff that's happening. And I'm not going to show it on this, but I will put it in the show notes for the links. But basically, it's a wholesale slaughter of these dinosaur era beautiful creatures that are getting and being protected up in the Northern Territory. But these crocodile farms are doing just horrible things when it comes to killing these animals, and the reason they're killing them is just for their skin, and it's absolutely terrible. So Australia accounts for 60% of the global trade of crocodile skins, and the footage of a website here that will be in the show notes. It's just disgraceful, because these things can live up to 70 years old. That's just phenomenal. And some of them are being slaughtered at just 2 or 3 years old.
Wow, that's
So just try to put that in your head. So with up to 4 crocodiles being required to make just one Hermes Birkin bag. Now, my daughter has told me about these bags. Apparently, I don't know, they go for fucking, I don't know, thousands of dollars. It's just ridiculous amounts. And people like Rihanna and Beyonce and some real people that do not look where their stuff comes from, and don't do enough due diligence before they buy something. It really, really annoys me. And so that's why there is this industry, because they're making a shitload of coin out of it, and it's just absolutely disgraceful. So we need to call it out where we can. So our native icons are being turned into handbags to cater for the richest 1% of the world. It's just shit.
typical thing,
It's
isn't it? That you get all these rich people who do whatever they
sorry,
want.
Wency.
It's ridiculous how people do this. These rich people do all this ridiculous things to undermine the progress that we've done for a long time.
Just to ingratiate themselves, and they don't do any, as I say, any due diligence or any research on what they're actually buying and where it actually comes from. Because I am positive, if Beyonce knew how cruel this was, she would not be buying that shit.
Yeah.
It's really, really annoying. And with so many sustainable and animal-friendly alternatives available, there's no need for this sort of crap, you know? So we're asking for an end to Hermes crocodile cruelty. Absolutely.
I need to do that.
So hashtag drop croc from their collections is a favor in favour of protecting precious wildlife from cruelty and suffering. So I'll make sure we put that hashtag on our pod when it goes out, my friend.
Awesome.
So anyway, just calling that out. And with that, a bit of this.
The Australia Institute produces high-quality research that has real-world impact, whether it's revealing the $10.3 billion in fossil fuel subsidies provided by federal and state governments last year, or our long-standing research advocating for a federal anti-corruption commission with real teeth. We change minds. To donate, head on over to australiainstitute.org.au.
When you give blood, you're more than just a blood donor. You're the lifeblood of Australia. Search Give Blood and book your donation with Australian Red Cross Lifeblood today. Give life. Give blood.
Yes, so Hindell in Dig. I just thought I would just give you a bit of an idea of what was happening at Garma. Have you got the dates on Garma, Wency?
I believe it was the weekend of, let me bring up my calendar because it was August the 2nd, 3rd.
That's better.
Of
Yeah, coming a
August.
bit soft there. That was good. Yep.
Yeah, August 2nd and 3rd.
Ah, perfect. Okay, excellent. Yeah, we're a little bit behind, but we did want to bring it to the Blursters' attention. So the Productivity Commissioner Selwyn Button proposal in the broader context of the discussion, the latest closing gap report, the Productivity Commission highlighted a dire situation. 1 of 19 socioeconomic targets, only 4 were on track. So it's not particularly good. But the adult imprisonment rates, we know how high that is in this country, considering I think what they're 3% of the population and 30% of the jails. It's just disgraceful. Yeah, so this target's aimed at reducing the rate of Indigenous adults in incarceration, children in out-of-home care, the rate of Indigenous children being removed from their family. Suicide rates, we know that Indigenous people, I think it's like 2 to 3 times more likely to suicide, which is terrible considering they've been around for 60,000 years and been looking after this country. We've only been fucking up for a couple of hundred. A lower proportion of Indigenous children were assessed as being developmentally on track as well. So childhood development needs to be looked at. The report also noted that while some targets were improving, such as preschool enrollments and employment, that's good, but it still doesn't look like they're going to be on track to meet the deadline for 2031, which is not great. They did say that there's been a systemic failure because the poor results are not a failure of the targets themselves, but of the government to genuinely implement the 4 priority reforms outlined. They absolutely need to pay more attention to this sector, and we should have more respect for people that have been here for 60,000 years. I think we can do a lot more. I know we both do, but anyway. But we'll have a look at the truth-telling. Are you going to talk about the truth-telling after this, Wency?
Yeah, I can briefly talk about
Yeah,
that.
cool, excellent. So I'll just wrap up on this in a minute. The Northern Territory has a case study, drew a clear link between the worsening outcomes in Northern Territory and the punitive legislation changes, which he said were inconsistent with the principles of national agreement. So Jacinta Price up there has been banging on about, banning alcohol and different curfews and all these sort of things are up there in the Northern Territory, and that's what they're talking about when they talk about punitive legislation changes, these sort of things. Obviously, that's not going to. It's like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's been tried before and it's never worked.
No, I mean, gee whiz, they went up there with an army and invaded. That worked well, didn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Good stuff. Who was that? Was that under Howard?
yeah, of course
Was
it
that
was.
under-
Yeah. Conditional, apparently they invited him to come up and invade.
Mm.
The conditional funding, the most widely reported debated aspects of this proposal was the suggestion of making federal funding conditional on state performance in making the closing gap targets. It was a way to hold the states and territory, particularly the Northern Territory, accountable for their commitments. So, but his argument was that without real consequences for inaction by government, they'll just do their business as usual bullshit, which is 100% true. You know, there's no consequences. What?
Them more. Yeah.
Sorry, but
do nothing, incarcerate them more.
Yeah. But it did underscore the need to shift focus and investment towards early intervention and programs delivered by the Aboriginal Torres Strait Island Community Controlled Organisation. It's pretty obvious that, and I've seen some of the documentaries on this, the communities that are controlled by, senior elders, senior leaders in this space, they're doing a better job. The ones that are controlled by, the old white people, not doing as well, which sort of makes sense. When you're able to be control of your own destiny type thing. Obviously, you're going to put sort of more into it, I suppose. Anyway, Solon Button's message at Garma was a powerful call for accountability and fundamental shift in how government operates. He advocated for moving beyond rhetoric and photo opportunities. Yeah, I 100% agree with this. To implementing structural reforms and power sharing arrangements that Indigenous leaders and communities have long called for, which is a beautiful segue into what you're just about to have a natter about.
Yeah, so one of the undercurrent themes that was going around in Garma this year was the truth-telling, especially in light of the failed voice referendum of 2023. The federal government, because Prime Minister Albanese attended Garma this year, like he does most years, his government hasn't committed yet to a national truth-telling. We know Victoria is in the process of doing it. The Europe Justice Commission is happening there, and Prime Minister Albanese did acknowledge the great work that's happening in Victoria with the truth-telling. Yeah, and that we've spoken about it before. You've spoken about it in the past, where they're documenting the nearly 2 centuries, or just over 2 centuries of colonization, and all the forced removals, institutionalizations, and systemic neglect of the Indigenous people. 2 of those commissioners from the Victorian Commission were present there, Travis Lovett and Sue Ann Hunter. So they were there to represent and hopefully put some sort of pressure on Prime Minister to act on the Uluru Statement. We've already failed on one of them, the Voice, and hopefully we can get Treaty and Truth coming out. I don't necessarily think it needs to be in that order, but I sometimes do think that maybe we should have done Truth first and get the that part out so that the whole nation could understand what has happened in the last 200 plus years, and maybe the Voice may not have failed.
The truth-telling kind of thing, you mean?
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, look, I tend to agree with you, but that was their decision. That was wholly and solely their decision.
Yeah.
So,
but hindsight's a great thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and obviously, us as white people, we can't go against what came out of the Uluru Statement, because, like you said, that was all the communities, all the tribes in Australia who got together, and that's what they decided that they wanted back in 2011, I think it was, or whenever it was. I think it was roughly around that time. Yeah, so Prime Minister Albanese had a keynote that at Garmo, and yes, he did suggest that truth-telling could be pursued at the national level, but hasn't committed. What else can I say? Indigenous Affairs Minister Malandi McCarthy stated that now is the time to explore that federal level truth telling, because it's there's a greater desire within the government amongst the ministers to move beyond symbolic gestures and actually move towards some sort of meaningful change in for Indigenous people in this country as part of closing the gap in particular, because like you said, there's so many failures and we're just not hitting the marks.
I thought that they were taking a leaf out of the Victoria government's book and looking at the Euro Commission and looking at replicating that model federally. Is that it? I thought that was coming out of GAMA, but that's not the case.
Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly if that's exactly what they said. I couldn't find that, but I know there's no commitment, I don't think.
Yeah, this government, I mean, as good as some of the things they're doing, it shits me they don't commit on things that are just so important. And you know, Indigenous and the climate is just, I mean, these are fundamental things that that need to have a lot of effort and focus put on. You can't just keep ignoring them. You know, I mean, I've been really pleased that they've come out and, you know, they talked about recognizing Palestine as a two-state solution. That's really, really good. It's one of the first things that he sort of come out, and so many people will go, yeah. I mean, obviously the opposition that it just, I don't know, they're fucked, seriously.
No need to banter on that one because we know their position, and
absolutely, yeah. Oh well, look, we'll obviously we'll keep an eye on that and see where that goes. But there was some interesting stuff that happened as well. Apparently, the NEMAs.
So soon after, I think it was the week after GAMA, so it was quite a busy period there in Darwin and Northern Territory, because GAMA is held in East Arnhem Land. And NEMAs, which is the National Indigenous Music Awards, was held at one of the amphitheatres in Darwin, in one of the parks there, and it was a free concert. It was broadcast on YouTube, which I was watching the other night. I got through halfway. It's about a 3-hour recording on YouTube. So.
Oh, cool. So you link in the show notes?
Definitely put it in the show notes.
Nice work.
So it's like the name suggests, it's a music award for Indigenous, and they presented the winners of those awards. Artist of the Year went to Emily Waramara, who has been played on Triple J, and Triple J is one of the sponsors. Excuse me. Of the NEMAs, and I do remember 2 or 3 weeks ago when that was on, that Triple J were playing a lot of it and promoting the NEMAs as well, as they do. Film Clip of the Year went to Emily Waramara for a song called Lordy Lordy, which features Tasman Keith.
I've heard of Tasman Keith. That's a girl. Is that a girl?
I think it's a guy. Could be
wrong. Oh, okay.
I can't remember now.
All right. Probably should know.
Should have.
That's all right. I'll check it.
Yeah, you check it. Song of the Year went to Andrew Guru Wiri Band for a song called Once Upon a Time, which I don't know if I got to that part of the YouTube recording that went live. And he also, so he also got New Talent of the Year. So that's a new band. So I'm not sure if they've been played on Triple J.
We'll have some links in the show notes on that one.
Definitely.
Perfect. Look forward to listening to that.
Album of the Year went to Barker. She is
she's
an artist that I really admire. She's quite confrontational.
She's a good swearer.
Yeah, she swears a lot, but she gets a point across, and so she's great. So if you haven't heard to Barker, highly recommend it. Go listen to her on whatever music platform you have.
And we will have that in the show notes as well.
Yes, definitely. but the biggest award of the night was the Hall of Fame, which this year went to Jessica Mauboy, who has.
Oh wow, yeah. So
yeah.
she should be too.
Yeah, she's been.
She's
singing
massive.
for 2 decades or more.
Yeah, I know. And she's like only 35 or something. She's not that
yeah,
old.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because
and
she
she only
started when
just-
she was 17
yeah.
on Idol.
She's a bit
So
like our Taylor Swift. She's been singing for a long time.
yeah.
But she did a Leica version on Triple J about 2 or 3 weeks ago. The first time she's ever done it.
Oh wow.
She's been on it. She was on it last year, but she went for someone else as a backing singer. But this time Triple J invited her to actually do her song. And at the time she had Barker as her backup singer. And,
Oh wow. Okay.
and in the interview afterwards of that Leica version, Barker said that Jessica Mauboy is our version of Beyonce for the First Nations.
Yeah, that's massive, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
massive.
So,
And
it's quite-
did she say that when Jessica Mauboy was there?
Yes. I
How
believe
did what did Jessica's face look like when she said that?
She's just just probably almost crying.
I imagine. Yeah. That
high
yeah.
praise.
Yeah.
So the NEMAs are great because it does celebrate. It provides that platform for Black voices and singers and artists to get up there and show what they've got. And there's also a community clip. So the Bullman School and Community in Northern Territory, I think they were from, won that award. And they played the video clip of that. And there were lots of little kids singing and dancing and things like that. So
Fantastic.
So I'll put the show notes. It's great. Have a listen.
Yeah. I look forward to it.
Yeah, skip the first 15 minutes because there's a lot of just no. When all these events go live, there's always 10 or 15 minutes of just nothing.
Yeah. Maybe when you put it in the show notes, you just put a couple of little tips to say skip the first 15 minutes of this or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But no,
So,
that sounds awesome. Really, really good. Nice stuff, Wensai, as usual. We are going to come back with what's on the box, and then we will wrap up.
cool.
Get this crazy man off the streets.
Notice, but lately I've been drifting aimlessly.
Oh my God. Will you stop changing channels and just tell me what's on the box?
What is on the box of Wensai?
Okay, I'm going to talk about this great show that Eli and Kim, my partner, watched and highly recommend that I watch it. I think they finished it while I was
Being
unwell
in
with my
pain.
teeth and in pain and all that. So they said, all right, now that you're in recovery, watch it because it's fucking awesome. I went, okay, sure. Yes, boss. So like you alluded to earlier, it is a show about a crime that happens in the White House, and it brings in. It happens at a state dinner, and like you heard earlier, and we'll play the trailer. It's a state dinner for the Australian Prime Minister.
I see.
Played by mental blank. He just died just the other week. Australian. Yeah, you play it.
No, sorry, I was just getting it ready. I apologize. Keep going.
Oh, okay. McMahon, Julian McMahon.
Oh,
is
Julian
the,
McMahon plays it. Oh, yeah.
yeah, so
He's
he plays
played
the character.
Rupert Murdoch's son before, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. So I think that was his last role too before he passed away.
What? Julian McMahon?
Yeah, Julian McMahon.
I didn't know he died.
You didn't know he passed away? Yeah, it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What did he die of?
Oh, I've forgotten now.
Oh, wow. I really liked that guy. He was
Yeah, no,
great.
it's good.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
Jesus, that's
He's,
horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this show is about a crime, like I said, at the White House, and they bring in a detective who has always solved a mystery, even the or murders and things like that, and even the hard ones that police haven't been able to resolve. She's quirky, she's bird loving, she's definitely on the spectrum. For example, she's very autistic. She's very direct with her analysis and observations and things like that. So nothing gets by her. She's got a great memory. So one of the interactions she has with one of the FBI agents who sort of tails her as part of the investigation. So he says, it doesn't have to be this way between you and me. And then she says, how would you like it to be? He says, more respectful. And then she says, you want me to respect you for what? I don't know you. So this is when they meet. And then he says, I don't know you either, but I respect you. And then she says, oh, that's different. He says, why? And she says, because I'm Cordelia Cup. So she's very
forthright.
Forthright and very sure of herself.
Yes.
Very quirky.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So if you want to play the trailer.
I will, and we'll do just a quick valet for Julian McMahon. He died of metastatic cancer.
That's right.
Quietly at home at my age, 56. That's far, far too young. He's such a good-looking bloke too.
Yeah.
Very good-looking man.
Oh yeah, he played in Charmed and many other shows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he did Nip and Tuck as well, which I would never watch. Years ago. But yeah, that's a real real shame. But this looks like a cracker, so I will crack on.
Yes.
Mr. President, this house needs to be treated like a crime scene. There is a dead body on the 3rd floor of the White House. We have no idea who might have been involved in this. There is a murderer out there. Or in here.
Yay! A murder mystery.
That's Cordelia Cup. She is the best detective in the world.
I'm sorry, what is she doing? What are you doing?
What am I doing?
We need to tread carefully here. This is the White House.
Did anything unusual happen? Other than my boss dying? Other than that, yes.
There is no place like this place. It is bigger than you.
Do you mean the house is literally bigger than me? Because that seems obvious. And this could be someone from the staff, could be a guest, could be anybody.
This is a disaster.
Are you suggesting that they had something to do with it?
Is he a suspect?
No.
Is he not a suspect because he's not a suspect? He's not a suspect, or is he not a suspect because you don't believe in suspects?
Yes. We're making progress. I would go so far as to say we're almost done here.
Really?
No.
Hilarious. Loved it. And yeah, very addictive. I would give it I'm going to give it 4.7 out of 5.
I was going to say, is it as good as it looks? Because it looks good.
Yeah, it is hilarious. You might know the actress Cordelia Cup. She played. Did you ever watch Orange Is the New Black?
No, I haven't.
She played.
Is that a good one? Is that? I mean, I know a lot of people have hyped on about it, but is it good?
Great series. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how many series there were in Orange is the New Black. We watched most of it, except like a lot of these long series. The last season usually ends up being really shit, but the first 3, 4, 5, whatever it was, were really good. And then we stopped watching it because it just got stupidly out of control and story, whatever. So
Oh, you mean the Orange is New Black?
yeah, the Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
So this one is
Yeah.
one season. Most episodes go for about 50 minutes. The last one is almost a double episode, so it goes for an hour and a half. So it's a movie length, pretty much. But yeah, it's highly recommended. Hence my rating of 4.7.
Yeah, look, it's been on my radar for a while, and I'm so glad that you have reviewed it so high because it did look good. It looks very good.
Yeah.
It looks fun. That's what it looks.
It is hilarious. It's
Yeah, good, excellent.
Yeah, you keep wondering, oh, has she just guessed it, or worked out who it is, or you go, oh yeah, it's obviously that person. Oh no,
Yeah.
maybe not. Oh, hang on, no, it could be. Oh, yeah. So it's
So-
great.
Good, excellent. No, it sounds fantastic. That sounds really, really good. Well, something that is completely 100%, 180-degree turn from that is Memoir of a Snail. It was done in 2024 by Adam Elliott. And it's a stop motion animated film. I don't know if you remember, but he's done some crackers. As I said, it was something in Max, but the Oscar winning one was Harvey Crumpet.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, is that who Adam?
Yeah,
Elliott
that's who that's Memoir of the Snail. Yeah. So if you like Harvey Crumpet, you'll probably like this, because the thing about Adam Elliott is his stuff always has a dark side, but I don't mean in a sort of a nasty way. But I would imagine that, because I'm pretty sure, not that it matters, but I'm pretty sure in real life he's gay, and he has those sort of themes and some of the way that, you know, I make the assumption only that he was treated growing up, etc. He sort of brings those themes into his movies, as it were, and that sort of stuff is in this movie as well. At times it's only an animated movie, but at times it's hard to watch, and it's because it can get dark, and I do give that warning if that's a trigger at all. But it is a beauty. It's an absolute beauty. I probably wouldn't give it a 4.7, but I would give it about 4.2, 4.3. It's absolutely worth watching. It can be a little bit slow at the start, but it's a really, really, really good story. And it just gets you to think a little, and it's got some really good cast. Jackie Weaver plays a character called Pinky. And Sarah Snook is Emmy. I think she won the Emmy in Succession. She's done a lot of stuff, Sarah Snook, and she plays. I can't even remember she plays. I'm trying to find what her name is. Grace. She plays Grace.
is it a movie or a show?
This is a movie.
Movie. Okay.
Yeah, this is a movie, and Jackie Weaver, as I say, is her friend. She is a cracker. She's a really great little audible character for this Pinky, as it were. It's an animated film for adults tackling themes, as I said, of loneliness, grief, and mental health, with sincerity, surprising amounts of dark humor. That's what I was talking about. While the narrative can be slow at times, just as I was saying, the emotional depth and mature storytelling make it an unforgettable experience, which is 100% correct about this. It really, really is a good film. So without any further ado, as they say, I will pop it on. You can have a look at the trailer. Oh, you can see this on Stan as well.
Stan, okay. Beautiful.
Dad used to say that childhood was like being drunk. Everyone remembers what you did, except you.
Good one, Dad.
My twin brother, Gilbert. We had two souls but one heart.
Look, Gracie.
Rabbit face, rabbit face, rabbit face.
dressed like an ant?
No, I'm a snail.
Oh, funny.
I believed in glasses half full and silver linings. Life was fleeting, but so precious.
Bravo!
Aww, now she's got a boyfriend.
Life can only be understood backwards, but we have to live it forwards.
Say cheese, Gracie.
Snails never go back over their trail.
As soon as I'm old enough and got money, I'm coming to get you.
Childhood was life's best season. It never lasts, but everyone deserves one. I remember everything.
I think your family would love that.
Yeah. Oh, just saw Eric Banner's in it.
Yeah, Eric Banner's in it too. He plays a judge. Another character. Yeah, there's quite a few people, you know, cast that are that you'll know.
And it looks like it's based in Melbourne because I saw Luna Park and.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Adam Elliott is a Melbourne dude, so yeah, he does a lot of that stuff in Melbourne. But
yeah, awesome. Oh, cool. I'm definitely going to put that on my watch list on Stan. So yeah, thank you for that. It's a good one to keep us to make us aware of.
yeah, no, it really is, and it's one of those ones. As I say, just pulse apart from what we've seen. A bit of fun and you know, entertainment, but and I always like something that really not just touches at the heartstrings, but does that and makes you think at the same time. And yeah, and this for me does that. I really enjoyed it. I don't think Ness enjoyed it quite as much as I did, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. I think your family would enjoy it.
Aussie film as well.
Yeah. I mean, in Memo of the Star, it was in Melbourne International Film Festival in 2024, and it did pretty well. In fact, it sold out. So you couldn't get a viewing. It was all sold out. So the fact that you can get it on Stan now is pretty cool as well. So
exactly.
All right, fantastic. Well, I reckon that's your lot tonight, peeps. Unless you've got anything, Wensai.
No.
Beautiful. All right, a little bit of a quick one, but we've got a lot of good notes in there. A lot of good links to have a read on afterwards. I highly recommend, if you can stomach it, reading the article on the Crocs. Maybe don't look at the video if it's, you know, you can't handle it, which is fair enough. But I'm just going to turn that right down because we've had a bit of fun with that before. So I might even just turn that off now. I'm not going to have that happen again because, yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. I will just mark that bit for the pod, which is all good. So, yes, that's your lot, people. I hope you had a fantastic time. We had a crack of a time bringing it to you.
Do.
Absolutely.
Very informative and entertaining for us.
Absolutely. Where can people get in touch with us, or where can they see stuff that we post? Wednesday?
You can reach me on 555. Sorry.
555. Very nice. I like it.
You can reach us on. I was going to say Twitter, but we're no longer on Twitter.
No.
You can reach us on Instagram at BlurtStar or Threads at BlurtStar, Facebook at BlurtStar, or YouTube. You can find us on The New Blurt if you look for that.
Legend. Absolute legend. Did you mention Blue Sky, Spoutable, and Threads as well?
I did say Threads. Forgot about Spoutable and
Blue Sky. Yes, so you can get us.
They're also BlurtStar, all one word.
Yes, if you just look up BlurtStar or just look up The New Blurt on Spoutable or Threads, you'll see something there. Something's happening. So that's a lot tonight, people. Thank you very much for hanging about. If you have, and if you listen to the pod, I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next week with another great show. Lovely to see you again. Good night.
It's always great to see you, and we'll see you next week.